I've got some company here today. Last time when I spoke, I said I felt very comfortable because I didn't have to be alone on stage. So that's the same today. A few hours ago when Miranda asked me to give a speech, I was just about to prepare my task as a grammarian, which I was supposed to do, or which I'm doing today. So part of this was the word of the day. So I was thinking it was a task of the grammarian. So I was thinking about it and was very much engaged. And then Miranda came with another challenge. Okay, now give the icebreaker today, or maybe if you want to. So I thought, okay, it's a nice chance. Let's do that. I wanted to speak for long anyway, practice my speaking. Let's do that right away, then I'm done. I've done my first little part of my learning path. But then, after a few minutes, I was actually thinking that this motive is not actually what I want to have. I didn't want to have the motive of just doing something for finishing it. Just do it that you have done it. Of course, I understand it's always nice sometimes to just throw yourself into something because you can gather experiences from it. And sometimes you don't even know what you get out of it. Just by doing it, you gather these experiences and you learn. But I was thinking that this is actually not my motive or not what I want. I read that the icebreaker is often a little bit about yourself. You introduce yourself or you show yourself to others. Hi, welcome.
You can continue now?
Yeah, continue.
Marc.
What I actually feel is what is very important when you speak is not just the speaking itself, but that you give something. And I feel this is actually talking about myself, one of my main motivations. I want to learn to give something to others within Toastmasters. I want to learn to share what maybe I have experienced, things that I have gotten from others. I would also like to give that. And I'm not really having the capability, so I feel I don't have the lacking maybe of confidence, of eloquence. Very nice. This is the word of the day. So this is a great chance to practice. And I feel that the special thing about communication and giving something to others, of course there are many ways of giving things to others. It's not just about speaking. You can express yourselves by doing practical services. You can make a gift, you can cook for somebody, you can touch, and there are many ways of expressing of communication ways. Many communication ways are there. But speaking still, I feel speaking is something very special because it can be very precise. Like, especially I'm very interested in wisdom traditions, coming a little bit from a Hinduistic background, which is always about philosophy and which is always very nicely explained. And I feel that words have a special power, bringing that out of you, giving an understanding that you may not get otherwise. But at the same time, words can also be misused. So words should never be empty. I know many great speakers, or I saw people who I consider materially speaking great speakers. I don't want to speak badly about anybody, but Trump is very famous also for speaking in a very convincing way. So this is one of his qualities. He knows how to interact with people. This doesn't mean that that the content is proper or good for everyone, but it's an ability. But I feel a really great speech is something that really impacts the heart, makes a change within you. And there's something, not just about speaking, but communication in general, that is connecting everyone. Each one of you is now sitting on a separate chair, separately, but the fun thing is that we're all connected in some way. We are all, in Buddhism and Hinduism, we have this concept of oneness, so everyone is one. At the same time, we're all separate. We all have our free will. I may want to give something to somebody, or explain something, or talk about something, but it's his choice whether he wants to take that or not. And that's the great thing about being separate and connected at the same time.
You can look at you.
Yeah. And I feel that this is really something that goes deep into the nature of the human being, this interconnectedness. Sorry. So I want to actually also ask you, talking about myself, because this is my first speech, ask you for your support in the future, that I may be able to realize that potential of giving something to others, also to correct me, not just in an evaluation, but in general to support me to come into that path of being a trainer and a coach or a trainer or a teacher, however you want to call it. But I would like to live that potential and experience whether I can do something good with it in the world or not. Then this is also a nice experience. So thanks a lot for listening. Thanks for your attention.
Wow.
Let's stand up, everyone. Big applause.
Wow. Okay, so that is Mark's first icebreaker speech. I probably should have asked Mark, how do you feel? How do you feel, Mark?
I feel that I was not able maybe to articulate everything I wanted to. Maybe I didn't have the eloquence, maybe not the memory, but it was very nice to see all of you in this very supportive atmosphere. It was giving me lots of, some confidence at least, enough to speak. I feel I've forgotten some elements actually that I actually really wanted to bring into it. But no matter, I feel happy it came out better than I expected.
Wow, very nice.